Alright, architecture starts at a young age.
Yeah, me done this for architecture. It's the umbrella boat.
Today we go into a wildlife garden centre with the kids, which is just next to our house. It's got other things for the kids. It's good for Christmas. It's good for nature. A lot of bees there apparently. T'as pas froid, Minou?
Not cold.
No, not cold?
Warm.
It's freezing.
Where's Willow? What? Karen's house.
This wildlife garden is in the middle of the sort of area. It's just surrounded by houses all around. So it's like a little haven. Kids, bees, birds, insects, what have you. There we are, out of the wildlife garden, in the middle of all these Victorian houses. Very traditional. Just want to check your fire. so that was a nice little trip to the Wildlife Garden Centre. I really would like now to test the reality of the quality of the air on our streets, because without knowing the exact results, I can't really tell. So I'm going to go and get a machine, a device, to test the NO2 gases coming from boilers and from car exhaust, etc., etc. So I'm off now to the London Sustainability Exchange to get this device, which is going to measure the particle matters and the NO2 gases. Wish me luck. Right, I've just been to the London Sustainability Exchange to get this particle matter device, so monitoring. So basically it's a tool to measure the heavy particles in the air. And here it is. There we are. It's this little machine. Not too sure how it works, but I'm sure it will do in a minute. A tube to get the air in, and a measuring station. It's fantastic. Well, here's a mapping of the air pollution in London, showing the NO2 gases level. So we're about sort of here in South London, which is Peckham, and you can see that basically outside this sort of M25 area, it's acceptable. When it becomes yellow, that's when you start to have problems. And so it's interesting to see that this was modelized by computers, extrapolating some of the results that they had from King's College. And so the idea was to get some real figures as around our area. I'm going to show you now a zoom up on just my street or the area around. So this is a zoomed map of Peckham, where I live, and you can clearly see that basically all the spots are red. So you're sort of up there in that scale. We should be around there, so green. As you can see, there's no green in any parts of my area. I actually live just there on that yellow spot, which is just above the limit, the EU regulation limit in terms of NO2 levels. So anyway, quite frightening, because we saw a minute ago that in London you could see a green and yellow area. Obviously it's full of reds, and I've got another map which I'm going to show you in 1 minute, which is 2 minutes away or 5 minutes away, let's say, from where I live, and it's like up there. In fact, I've got the exact measurements for these areas, and we had 120 when we should be at about 40, so it's 3 times the legal limit of NO2 emissions in Brixton and in Camberwell, Denmark Hill. Quite frightening. I mean, really frightening, in fact. Right, so what can we do? It's pretty damning, this level of pollution. There's probably a lot of things you can do, but at much higher levels, at government level and local authority level. There's planning rules, there's redesign of the streets, there's culture change, there's stuff that obviously is beyond me. And there's a list of stuff that people talk about, but what can I do myself to change or to make it slightly better where I live? And that's the main point I want to put across here, is that we can all do something about it, however little it is. And so I've applied this sort of thinking to my way of travelling in London and commuting. So I'm going to show you what I can do outside, and you will understand the approach. I will need some assistance from my son, who's going to take the camera. Let's see if that works. Skateboard. Okay, so this was the electric skateboard. Quite small, quite cheap to run, easy to ride. I probably use it every day to commute here and there around the area. It's about 12, 13, 14 miles estimated range, so it's not bad. Second one, if you've got someone else with you, obviously you can't have someone else with you on the skateboard, is to take this one. Come with me. This car. And you can charge it with this. £1.50 a charge, about 35 miles estimated range. I'll show you later how to drive this. Third one, this big one, family car. Charging, £2.50 a charge. Plug it in, 30 miles. No pollution, no exhaust gases, no engine running. Show us the car. In a bit more stylish way, it's a sort of retake 1940s style motorbike, electric again. Looks like a petrol tank, but there's no petrol in there. It's all electric, no engine, pretty easy to drive. Again, you have to pedal, so you have to do a little bit of exercise. It's not a bad idea. It's assisted, quite powerful. It comes from Spain. It's made by Otto. Another good way of travelling around London without spending any petrol or using an engine, right? So I hope that helps to understand what I'm doing now with all these sort of alternative mode of transport. And if you are really, really small, there's always something for you.